everyone, welcome to the last harbor, or to the last shipyard, to the whatever. Go fuck yourself, bite yourself, and remove your toe. I don't know. Welcome to the Sanity Campaign. I'm your host, and you're not DM this time, Nitsify. I'm the player. I play Ryozuka. We also have this orange little blob, that's been melting on the floor for the past hour and a half. Dylan.
I can't really do an intro right now. I'm trying to bite my toe off like what you said.
Alright, good luck, buddy. Good luck. You know, fun fact. You want to know a fun fact? You have enough strength in your jaw, the normal human does at least, to actively bite off your finger. But because our brain has that, like, natural, you know, ability to stop itself from harming itself normally, yeah, your brain normally won't let you actually bite down hard enough to actually break and completely tear off your finger like a snapping turtle.
I'm gonna prove you wrong.
It's a safety precaution. If you can bypass that from your brain technically, but normally
I got the willpower.
There's more than just willpower, man. There's normally a little bit of trauma mixed in with that if you're doing that.
I'm gonna do an Attack on Titan reference IRL.
Buddy. They don't bite off their whole finger. They just bite it a little bit and say,
I'm gonna do a reference.
Brother.
I'm gonna bite it off.
Alright.
I'ma go.
Oh, and we have our DM and other host, Acrid.
Hi.
Purple guy. Purple. Bite 87.
An hour of sleep. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. We got sleep up in here. Yay. So.
I don't even know if it was sleep.
Yeah, it might not even been sleep. Recap time, right, here we go. So for those who don't know, in the last episode we had a solo session because Dylan needed to go deal with some stuff, and also it kind of worked out in the long run because he's been drunk out of his damn mind, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be able to do anything anyways.
If anyone's wondering, I had college finals. They're all done.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to die a little.
That's fair.
Valid.
But I'm part of 2 podcasts now, so I can't yet.
You can't. You're not allowed to. Pulls out a gun.
I literally tell one of my players, like, no, you can't die, because you know why? We need to finish the campaign. And he's just like, why? I'm like, because that's the requirement of life. You can't die with an unended story.
If you die while we're doing a campaign, just know I will use necromancy.
If I die during a campaign, can you just get Micah to play whatever character that I had and just make it the absolute shittiest character of all time?
Well, technically, when you joined here, you kind of signed a contract. Did you ever read that contract?
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, I never learned
contract lore.
Yeah, see, so by contract, it is that if you die, we have full connection to your soul and we own it. So if you die, you don't get to like have a replacement. You're just gonna be forced to continue going with your dead body.
But Micah's funny.
I mean, yeah, but like he could just be a guest. Listen, man, you don't get a choice. You don't get a choice, man. This is the.
Anyways, recap.
Recap, right?
This is like the most you way to tell someone you love them.
Listen, I'm a morbid person. All right, so recap, everybody. Ah! Okay.
Christ.
Accurate.
That is the mood of last session.
Right.
Yes, I was prepared mentally for there to be a loud noise, and I'm so glad I was.
Oh, I wasn't. Oh, I very much wasn't.
Well, I kind of thought you got electrocuted, but also I was like, it's probably a bit.
You just sounded like a cat that just got spooked by a dog or something.
Well, I was going for that Tom and Jerry yell, but like I kind
of you got it. You got the energy of like Tom getting his ass stuck in a door. Like this is the most like.
My mom used to hate it because I used to do those impressions all the time, just out of the fucking blue. So like I would just be chilling like on the couch, or, like playing a Wii game, and out of nowhere she'd be like in the kitchen, and she would just hear me just doing a fucking yell. It's like, oh my gosh, shut the fuck up. Okay,
What?
recap. Actually,
Recap. Yes.
I mean, that's an
thing.
accurate recap. If you know, you know.
oh yeah, if you know,
I
you
don't
know.
know, actually.
So we handled a few things. Literally everything about last session was all hands-on, dealing with stuff. There was no. My Rio has not gotten to chill the second he's walked back into town.
It was all. This should also be mentioned for everyone. Everything that occurred last session occurred within 1 day.
Uh-huh.
So, dear viewers, so after I got done with 3D modeling, I noticed that they were recording a bit late, and I was like, okay, well, I'm
We
pretty
started late that
tired
night.
and burnt out, and from what I heard, it's probably gonna be a short session anyways, so I checked my phone later. I think they got into a call around 8, and then I checked my phone around 1, and I saw them that they were still in call, and I was like,
So that
Wait.
recording went, I think, for 4 hours and 45 minutes around there.
Yeah.
We got into the call around 8. We didn't start till around 10. But we didn't end till, like, I think almost like 2:30 a.m. So, like...
Yeah, I was like, wait, I thought this was supposed to be like a simple 2-hour RP session.
So
Yeah,
things got
kind of
out of hand. So,
Oh,
okay. So let me pull something up so I can go down my list of shit we dealt with.
Okay.
So first of all, let's nail down the fact of we got a lot of information. We went to talk with Anna, right? And we ran into Black Eye. Apparently, she had been feeling like she had been getting watched by someone. Same thing for Darius. Apparently, a guy named Black Eye, who is another reality magic user, was like watching over her. Apparently, he's the whole reason why we have the safe zone. And if he dies, we lose the safe zone. And the more the corruption spreads, the quicker he starts dying, and basically we need to deal with this because he is a ticking timer. We will only have the safe zone for so long. Yeah, he's kind of our like last pillar, essentially.
Okay, dokie.
Other thing, we
It's
found
like-
out there's a walking anomaly that seems to be the reason why we have access to reality magic. So at some point we need to go meet up with that thing. Apparently Black Eye knows how to get to him. The problem is getting back to the world might become a problem. But we do need to deal with that eventually. So at some point we gotta handle that. Next thing, we have sent, after getting multiple information that there are multiple things happening in different areas that we need to go deal with. We have tasked different groups, or Rio has, to go deal with different things. So we have Chusi, Divine, and Teiyu going to Athelany to go deal with people that are, I think, holed up in a mine. So the people of Athelany were holding out for a while, but now they've hit their final straw, and the rest of the survivors have been backed up to a mine. So we're hoping to maybe save them and get them out of there. We are seeing Agnes, Psyche, and Druid to stay in the safe zone, but there's apparently a temple that we found out that is a temple to a dead wind god.
That's
So
relatable.
the thing about this world is that this world was originally run by different gods, and then the whole world died. And then when the gods that we have now came into this world after escaping the old world from blowing up, they basically recreated a new world in an old world's realm. So this temple belonged to a past god that was here from the beginning. So we're gonna have some people, we're gonna have Agnes, Psyche, and Druid, and the Druid Lady Summoner to go look at that. They're not gonna engage, they're just gonna scout it out. I've sent Hazier's group to go deal with Merton, because apparently, God, what's happening in Merton? Oh, what's happening in Merton? There's something really bad happening in Merton, and it's really close to the source.
there's a prison.
There's a prison, yes. There's a prison. We're going to try and get the people that are holed up in the prison out and bring them back to the safe zone because they could be really useful. Problem, we know we have managed to pin down that the source of everything is close to Prin, and Prin is really close to close to that area, Merton. So it's insanely dangerous. So we're sending the strongest group we have, which is Hazier's group, to go deal with that. We are going to be.
Sorry. I was about to ask a question, but I can tell by your wording you were literally about to answer it.
Oh yeah, were you gonna ask where we are going?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna pull up something real quick. I'm also gonna pull up the Sanity Campaign map on my browser so I can zoom in on this. So we're heading to Goldcrest, and we're gonna be bringing One Eye and Satoru with us.
Okay.
So Goldcrest, oh boy. We got some stuff to deal with there. We have a box we need to go find for Enna. There is apparently, so the main source has a few pillars. Has like 3 or 4, I think it's 3 conduits that are walking around acting as pillars essentially for his source. So we need to deal with their conduits before we deal with the source. Apparently one of the conduits is in Goldcrest, but it might be a bit too strong for us. I've got no fucking idea. So we might have to come back to that later, but at the very least, we need to get that out. There's also apparently the emperor of the old kingdom that Goldcrest is located in is possibly still holed up in Goldcrest. Okay. So we might also have a rescue mission on our hands in there.
Okay, sounds like a lot. Finals are over. I'm ready to fuck some face and melt some rocks.
There's more.
What?
There's a reason that session took nearly 5 hours.
Like you conclude. Okay, please continue.
So we got talking. So like we were trying to figure out. We went down the hall and we found out that we started like talking more about the source and like how apparently the source is really strong near Pran, Pern, Nurten, and Dalry, which used to be a old country that got taken over by tribal people at one point. It used to be a part of Sekiro and got taken over by tribal people that used to live in Osring. Okay. So we went around talking to a bunch of people who had been around in the town that had been like alive for 1,000+ years. So we talked to people like Hazir, Grumpy, Enna, people like that. And we found out, we were able to nail it down that most likely the source of the thing was a guy who was running that invasion and took over and made that little mini country called Rashiasha Tagash. Who was a wood elf demonic summoner who apparently at one point went to that god temple that I talked about before. It gets worse. This dude apparently Psyche, before she became a greater mimic, was a lesser mimic, and apparently she knows some light stuff about that area. So we know we're dealing with a summoner. We know we're dealing with a druidic summoner. We know that we're dealing with an elf, meaning that he's either at the end of his age or he has become essentially a lich or something of that sort, possibly. But apparently he had trolls serving under him. So we might be dealing with corrupted trolls.
Okay.
It gets worse!
Oh god, there's more!
There's more!
Christ!
Okay, so here's the thing.
What's the next?
Never miss a session, bud. Never miss a session.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stands are real or something?
Dude, it might as well be. So, I got talking with Hazir. I started asking some questions. We got this information about Rashiasha Tagash from Mirio. No, not Mirio. From Katsu, who apparently was around during that time.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Yeah, the past PC.
Right, yeah.
So I had to deal with him. And there was some confrontation that led to me having to deal and go talk with, right, Yavina wouldn't let him learn some information that I needed to know. So I had to go talk with Yavina. So he sent me to her blood domain. Well, oh boy. Hey, you might want to send that updated map in NPC visuals, Acrid.
Okay.
So I went down a loophole of talking with all 4 of the Lust Gods. Actually, 3 of the 4. I still got to talk to the 4th one within this session. So we're getting help from them. Yeah, I have managed to talk. I went to go talk to the God of Law to reduce restrictions on the gods. So now the blood goddesses have essentially built-in domains. Different colors on the map is a different one. So like purple is Kazella, the dark red or brown is Yavina, the pink is Novella, who is the goddess of Fae and Lust, and the orange
It's bright red.
Close enough.
Oh, I like
Yeah, the bright red is apparently is Ariasa, another goddess of blood and lust. We're getting help from them. So if basically the safe zone goes down, they've turned areas of the country into their domain. So like there's an area that is like near the shore and near like a different area of the zone that is just a blood domain essentially. The other area is purely Fey. Another area is literally just like roses essentially, because that's what the Ariasa uses. Because Zella has tentacles. But essentially when the safe zone goes down, if it ever does, that will kind of help slow and hopefully get rid of a decent amount of attacking corruption monsters. So it'll buy us a little bit more time if things start going sour.
Suddenly, I'm glad I took the day off to focus on finals because I would not have been able to process all of that probably with what I already been going on with.
Yeah, one last thing.
Oh god. Okay. The last thing, right?
So on the map, visual viewers can't see this, but on the map, you see where it has like the two little, it is on the far middle left and far middle right. There are those two little areas that is enclosed by the red.
Okay.
Those are underground cities. So essentially there are tunnels that lead throughout the entire island, that are for the underground kingdoms. Apparently they are now fighting for their lives. Because the corrupted are now starting to try and get underground and attack the people underground. So that means the underground beasts are starting to fight the corrupted. But eventually when those start falling, those are going to get corrupted, and then there will be a new problem. So what we're doing is I've told Darius, the main guard guy, the time guy, I told him to get 3 of his fastest messengers, and we're going to escort, well, we won't be there, but the messengers are going to be in charge of escorting everyone in the underground to the dynasty. So we might have a surge of population.
You know, I'm starting to think maybe the world might be better off destroyed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a fresh new start at this point. This is a lot of problems.
Yeah, one last thing. There's a walking corpse that's been around since the day this world died and was remade. Because of Ariasa fucked up.
My point exactly.
So you have the gods that were spoken to were Yavina, the chaotic neutral goddess of blood and lust. Then you had Tai Chen, the god of law and honor, who's lawful chaotic good. He has a code of conduct. Don't step out of line. He will kill you.
Yep.
You have Nerva, the mistress of the Fae.
Yep.
Then you have Ariasa, who is the goddess of lust and beauty. She loves roses.
Yeah.
Then you have Kazella, the eldritch goddess of eldritch lust. She's the one that is the one that'll fuck with your life in more ways than one.
Yes. Now there's...
So that's...
Before we go out and about and go to Goldcrest, we have 3 things we have to handle. And I'll grab you before we go out and go do that. 1, we are supposed to head to Taway to go meet up with Forge, who is a pirate lord that's going to be offering aid to us, from what I understand. So we got to go talk with him. Second thing is that I've got to go talk with Minerva, because I'm going to see, now that we know that Rashiasha Tagash, since she's Fae, we might be able to sell her his name to maybe weaken him at least somewhat. Might be able to do something with that. That is a common thing with the Fae.
You might be able to buy information.
That's also true. And the third thing is we have to go talk with the one last goddess of blood and lust, or not blood and lust, just goddess of lust that we haven't talked with, because we need to try and get everyone working. I'm gonna be honest, if we have gods opposing each other in this world right now, currently is what we're dealing with, that's not in our favor. So I'm trying to unite them. Trying. I've gone into these domains and I have bossed them around, which is something a mortal normally shouldn't do. But I have done that.
Man, talk shit and live.
Alright, so that's the recap. Where we're starting, Acrid.
Okay, got it. Cool.
So...
Yeah, where am I?
You happy you missed the last... No, we're gonna get to you.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a different story.
No,
God,
So-
I swear, every time I hear you DM Acrid, I just have this mental image of you're just like constantly holding a gun in your hand like a cage flat. Just the way you say some of your shit.
oh,
God.
man.
We're gonna get back to you. You shut the fuck up.
God.
We'll
God.
be back to you. That's funny. I did unironically point random direction when I said that.
Oh boy.
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
So basically, we start off with Ryu getting back up after falling unconscious from dealing with so much bullshit.
Yeah.
Because like we kind of the last session just kind of ended abruptly, like just flat. I'm done. Goodbye. Like
Yeah. I mean, to be
which-
fair, we just got him back in town. He got done carrying a person for a few days straight with a carriage that he pulled.
uh-huh.
And it had 2 people in there. And he was carrying that shit. And then he had to sit down and be like, alright, time to deal with shit.
Yeah. So we're starting off with Ryu opening his eyes while laying on the ground. Like the most just like he just fell backwards and
Yeah.
just out. Like it was like, oh god, like just the most like he feels like he's hungover, but he hasn't had a drink.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Great. Okay.
So I wanted to get that in for Ryu and understand how Ryu's doing. As Ryu's getting up, we're gonna jump over to John because he did not get to do shit last session.
Right. Yeah.
He wasn't even here, so I could update you on how the fuck you're doing.
Before
Yeah.
we get to that, I'm going to assume I technically got a long rest.
Con save.
Okay.
Then maybe. Or not. It depends on what your save is.
That's a 14.
Sure.
Yay.
We'll call it a long rest.
I mean, from what I can tell, it's just basically a really long power nap, essentially.
Well, we'll get to that. I noticed that, like, Ryu found out what was going on with John, and he just left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks. That checks, actually.
He just said, "I'm not dealing with that. I got enough going on." As I'm gonna need. So you get a long rest barely. Like you met the DC to get a long rest with what's going
Yay.
on.
Yay.
So go ahead and give me another con save.
Okay. That's a 16.
Alright, cool. So, John, you start, like, opening your eyes effectively, like, waking up. And your head feels like someone grabbed your skull. It feels like Ryu grabbed 4 hammers and clobbered you about 12 times in the skull. Like, just in this, like, rapid fire, like, chainsaw-like manner of bonking you on the head with hammers. Like, you do not
Gotcha.
feel good as you're waking up. And you would also become aware of you can't move. There is a lot of weight just on your back.
Wait, what?
As you are laying on the ground on what looks to be like stone that he doesn't know. He's like, Tavern didn't have stone floor. Wait, where the fuck am I? As he slowly becomes aware of the fact that whatever's on his back is really heavy. And
Okay.
he hears the sound of clanging happening around him. Just like this repeated, like, rather fast and, like, measured clanging of, like, some, like, metal hitting metal.
Yeah.
Okay. As John is waking up, speaking in character, he would just kind of go, my soundboard is my voice effects aren't working. Fuck, give me a second.
Damn.
Oh,
Forgot to
God.
boot up the
Damn.
software.
Brother.
I was gonna
Couldn't
turn on the
be
reverb
me.
per usual, then I just realized, oh shit, wait, that's closed. Hey,
You have an
God.
app?
Me.
Da-da-da-da.
Got it.
Clang, 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 clang.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah,
Okay.
there you go, Nits.
Yeah, appreciate. I got a plastic bottle.
Oh, okay. Speaking of character.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Did I just drink piss? What the hell? Oh, where?
So, I'm guessing he would like to try and get up.
Yes, that would be ideal.
Alright, so I'm gonna need a strength save. Or an athletics check, whichever you'd prefer.
Athletics is a higher modifier, so I'll go with that.
Cool!
That will be a 16.
Alright. So, you start to kind of get up and get your body up as you would basically be able to kind of like slam your side into the ground as you would knock some of the metal off, and then you like kind of like knock some stuff as you kind of like bounce back and forth on your shoulders, like kind of rolling on your arms to knock the shit off, because you can't stand up, but you're like, I can move kinda
God.
Okay.
to get this shit off of me, as he just sees bits of scrap metal, like ingots, like just all this metal just starts falling off of him. All of which is like super heated right now, because apparently he's been being used as a heat source for metal to save on fuel.
Okay, God.
Because he is an infinite source of heat.
He would just kind of pick up one of the middle bits, and he'll just kind of, which I'd imagine probably melt in his hand not too soon after, and he'll just go,
It just gets hot.
what the blazes? What
Oh,
the-
you're alive.
Ah! Yeah, no, he would scream at the voice out of nowhere.
Alright, cool. So I rolled the guy a con save.
What did he get?
So you would see the blacksmith, the human blacksmith, like raise his arm slightly, but like then stop as it's like, no, I shouldn't swing. As you startled him a bit, so he nearly clocked you in the skull with his hammer.
I'm glad he didn't hit me. That would have been a dick move.
That would have been quite a problem for you.
Mr. Kia, we talked about this earlier, but does alcohol give John a flashback to his past?
So I need a wisdom save.
Alright, I can do that.
Yeah. So the thing is, right?
16, by the way.
Okay, cool. So okay, we'll come back to that. We're gonna finish up with this fucking blacksmith a little bit first.
Enough?
This the blacksmith just looks at you like, well, you could do to not scream, but yeah. Appreciate you heating my metal. It makes things a lot easier to work with.
Who
I
are
don't have to
you?
wait as long.
Who are you? Why am I here?
I was handed to you by the cat of the tavern. He didn't want you burning the floor. Also, go find your friend. He's looking for you.
Oh. Okay. Thanks. I'm gonna leave now. I'm scared. Bye.
Weirdo.
He's just gonna leave.
The blacksmith just goes back to work and actually turns on his forge now. And then just puts all the metal bits into the forge so they can stay hot.
God.
Like, it's the most... Alright, anyways.
John is just kind of step outside, and he'll just sort of rub his eyes, which, if you think about it, since he's a fire person, doesn't really make that much sense.
I mean, it might feel like it helps, which is all that matters.
Yeah.
As John, as you mistakenly like close your eyes to like dull your senses for a moment, because it has that similar effect of wherever technically your eyes would supposed to be, because they're still kind of there. If you cover them, you can't fucking see.
Right.
Doesn't help you much considering you're just fire, but you know it's there. You try.
Yeah.
He would get a little flashback to him just slapping some bandit. Like some dude who looks like he robbed somebody, and he just slaps him, and then just coming and swinging. He sends that same radiant sword, just slap the dude across the face.
Oh, a radiant sword, you say?
It's the same one I've been mentioning from his other memories. Yes.
Right, yeah. I forgot about that.
You shouldn't. It's important.
Fair enough.
Fucking remember it. It's mentioned for a reason, bitch.
I have finals. You can't make fun of me. I got him.
I can.
Nah, you're right.
Simply don't go to school.
Damn.
Problem solved, bitch.
Hey, just because hey, joke's on you. Even though I'm the only one in this podcast group actively going to college, actually, I would not mind not having school for a few months. Never mind. Anyways.
Good job went to school, and I said, fuck this shit, it's not worth it.
Fair.
Seriously though, it has been good. It's just that now that the semester's done, I'm a little burnt out.
Fair. That is actually fair.
Anyways, is that all there is to the flashback?
Yeah, it's a smaller one.
Okay.
He'll
just kind of mutter to himself and just kind of go, for blazes sake, where did I get that sword anyway? Very pretty. I like that. I like the look of that sword. Wait. Why do I have this great club and not that sword?
Skill issue.
Weird. What was I doing again? Was I?
So as you start to look around, you start to realize that you're in you are in Kynalan, but you're like the other side of town, closer to like where the blacksmith is, like away from the tavern. So the tabaxi, which if I'm remembering correctly,
yeah,
his name is Kyo. Kyo probably dragged your ass all the way across the town and said, fucking here. I
like to imagine there's just basically a really long burn mark, like as a footprint, essentially, leading to the blacksmith.
So yeah, he has also been informed that he should go find Ryu.
Man, flashbacks like those make me wonder what kind of warrior I truly was back then. Oh, right, shit, I gotta find Bio. Zero, fuck! Come on, Sean, you got this.
I'm gonna start calling you Fireboy.
Wait, Sean is my name, right? Or is it Bond? Like, or is it James Bond? You know what? I can think about this later. And he's just gonna go ahead and start walking.
So back to Ryu as the capable one. Obviously a joke, but still it's there.
That's cool.
the adult of the party.
I'm the one that deals with the organization. It's fair. It's fair.
As John is making his way back, God, I pray normally.
Yeah.
Hey, Acrid, can I roll to just start flying?
Hey, can I cartwheel?
Hey, Acrid, can I...
Acrobatics, bitch.
Can I
You
grow
said it.
to 50 foot
Acrobatics. Acrobatics. You
What?
wanna fly, bitch? You're gonna try to fly. Acrobatics.
tall? Okay, you know what? No, screw you. I'm gonna get a nat 20. 1 second.
Please
I'll
give me a nat one.
Well, I was close.
So, as John is like kind of trying to sort of get his thoughts back together, or kind of like some sort of stability in his very, very fractured mind.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what if I started flying? John.
Yeah,
thought
so
to
he
himself.
jumps. He like takes like a few long strides, jumps, remembers that no, and then slams onto the ground.
It's just gonna kind of get up and go. Oh.
Now back to Reed, as John is yet delayed by his own foolery, so he will not arrive in time for this encounter.
Alright.
Oh no.
Let's go ahead and deal with Nerva first.
Okay. So, go ahead, do your thing.
Nerva!
Yeah, so John, as you're walking, you just hear echoing, like, through the town. Like, off of these grand trees that the city is built, like, kind of around. You just hear Ryu scream Nerva.
Oh, and you got on me for being loud.
Yeah, because I'm in the safe zone, you fuck! You did it out of the safe zone!
Remember, I have brain damage.
That doesn't give you an excuse.
That is an explanation, not an excuse.
Go yell at Minerva or whatever and forget about me.
Let
Many
me
machinations.
check for something.
Alright.
For
God,
the
I know
record,
someone's
knew,
listening
I
to
just
this.
couldn't resist saying that.
I know for a fact someone's gonna be like, they're gonna like listen to the previous episode and they're gonna be like, oh, it's just gonna autoplay into this episode right after, and they're just gonna, it's like the last one really chill, people were hanging out, it was fine, and then like they're just gonna hear the start of this one and I've yelled like twice now.
Man, I hope no one's doing any precise activities.
Yeah.
Listening to this podcast.
Fucking heart surgery while listening to this podcast.
Sorry, Andrew's mom, if you're listening to this while you're randomly doing cross stitching or sewing.
Crochet.
Crochet, yeah. She made me a crochet bag for my dice at one point. She sent it to me.
Did you know that the Lost Shipyard is a hit among murderers when they're murdering their next victims?
Yeah, they play our episode right as they're killing someone because we're so fucking loud that you can't hear the screams of the dead person.
You know, it's accurate. Anyways,
Yeah.
so reroll. Got it. Cool. So it's just Ryu that appears in the domain.
It's just me. Who else is
It's
gonna try and show up?
I was gonna see if she was gonna grab John because she can tell there's a connection between the two of you.
Gotcha.
Oh, see.
Eldritch gods like watching. That's kind of their like pastime is watching mortals, and currently there's not many people left in this world to watch.
Fair. That is fair. Who just look to her and go, hey Nerva, I forgot about something. Right, so the source of the whole problem for this world, I know the name of the guy, I don't know if you can use that. You know, saying all.
Yes, I definitely can. It's just whether or not how safe he is due to outside magic.
Right. Well, I can give you his name anyways if you want it.
Also, I can tell you something that I think was neglected as sort of a freebie.
Alright.
As attachment, because there are 5. pillars.
Okay, God. I thought you were going to see there's a fucking 5th goddess of lust. Okay, yeah, okay, good. So there's still only 4 of those, right?
No, there's 5, and then there's him.
You're talking about the columns, right?
Yes, there's 5 columns to the source. Yes.
Okay, good. That's... Honestly, I'll take that over the latter. Okay, I can deal with that.
There's also like 7 more goddesses of love.
You see his ears go down and back.
I'm joking.
Thank you.
Just the like ears go silent. Oh fuck God. Now, the name. What is it that you
Rashiasa
would...
Tagash.
Yes, that's the full name.
Yeah, that's the full name.
Moment of her sitting there like, yeah, no, that's the name, all right.
I know Faye needs the full name to be able to do anything.
I can give you either a more immediate major bonus against him, or but that one would be temporary. Eventually it would fade, or I can do a smaller permanent effect.
I think a permanent would probably be better.
Alright. Well, I can okay. You essentially see her put her hands across, like put it crossing her elbows, and then she would bring her hands across out in front of her, as she essentially pulls out like this strands of magic that she starts fiddling with. She's like, ah.
Yeah.
As you can tell by looking at these strands of magic that a lot of these lines of magic have been like almost blocked from her. It seems like they've been darkened out. She's like, well, I can't make all of his allies forget him.
Man.
I wanted to do that. That would be funny.
That would have been useful, yes. If his conduit started turning against him, that would have been very useful.
Yes, unfortunately, something about not letting that happen. According to the gods above me. That's annoying. Alright, well, I think I could do something. I might be able to limit his summoning abilities, because right now they're not as limited.
That would be good.
And give him a minor debuff that will a little steal away and take away some of his power. Alright. As you see her just like pull out a strand of magic and just flick her finger and just cut it.
Hell yeah.
As somewhere in the world, somebody definitely just screamed. Because if a Fey goddess grabs your strands of magic, because there's like internal and just goes, not that one anymore, and just cuts it, it's an instant you have felt that been severed.
Yeah. Gotcha.
It fucking hurts. So he felt that. He knows somebody just fucked with him.
Good.
Yeah, so she's like, and there we go. He can now only summon 3 things at a time.
That's for the better.
He could summon 9.
I'm glad we've dealt with that.
It's the most like she says that with a smile, like I helped.
Yeah. I'd rather not deal with a summoner summoning 9 things on me while we have to deal with possibly corrupted trolls. I'm good.
I recommend dealing with them first.
Yes. But there's a good shot counting on where his positioning is at that we're dealing with the troll than he notices us. That's why I'd rather have that dealt with.
Fair enough. Well, happy to help.
Yeah.
If you need more, just come back.
I will. Thank you.
Also, my zone is set up, so woo.
That's good. Alright.
Throw a random person in there. I want to see what happens.
I mean, if you want to... Okay, I've got an idea.
Fey magic and all.
So you want to throw someone in there and see what happens.
Yeah. See how it affects them.
How do you feel about creatures?
Depends on the creature.
I'll give you a deal.
I'm listening.
I can cough you up a frog, and I'll grab one villager and see what happens.
Okay.
But you gotta be willing to deal with the frog.
How about a goblin?
Alright?
Villager, goblin, and a frog.
Alright, I'll talk with Darius about it. We'll make it happen.
Okay. Yay.
Bye. It's like calling up a phone, just like, where do I go? There's no door.
Bye. She snaps her fingers and
Alright,
you're
cool.
sent back to your body.
Awesome.
As Ryu would come back to his body, look to the right, and see John Sean approaching him.
Oh boy. John.
Hang on, I'm gonna. What's that song from Ahead in Time? Oh, it's the sky.
I don't know this.
I know the one you're talking about. It's funny. It's the one you played before.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
I
shenanigan one.
remember
Gotcha,
you
yeah.
did it one time. Hang on, I'm gonna put it on to get in the mood for John.
Fair,
Okay,
fair.
it's on. Just for myself. Alright. As John approaches you, Rio, he just says, "Hello, Zio, what did I do for the past day, 2 days? Do you know by any chance?"
It's just been a day. You were
Oh,
just
okay.
being used for fire source, blacksmith.
I honest to God don't know if I should take that as a compliment or I should consider that offensive.
I mean, you're useful. It's like you're like a utility on the side. So I wouldn't take that as an offensive thing. They actively need fuel, and we have limited amount of fuel. So you're saving source for the blacksmith, if anything. It's kind of like community work. You're kind of helping out, if anything.
Okay, not enough of my memories.
Community service.
Not enough.
We killed him. We killed him.
It's the equivalency of Ryu just wrote you a ticket for community service. And just do 18 hours of community service.
Listen, you're asking a prisoner. He's gonna be like, yeah, community service.
Gotcha, that's what I deserve for eating the lady's chairs, I guess.
Yes.
Mhm, yes. And her bar. You ate her bar counter.
John would just say, to be completely honest, not enough of my memories have come back to know if that's racist or not, but...
It's not.
Oh,
It's very much not. I can approve of this.
hey, we have a question, but,
Mhm.
did you see a fancy-looking sword when you first met me?
He would pull out his psychic short sword and go, I have this.
That's not quite what I was thinking, but A for effort. So, Bio, what am I doing again?
Right, yeah, we're gonna go deal with something. Come here. We're about to
Okay.
pray to a god.
Okay, that sounds good, I think.
Alright, God, what was
Why?
that? What was that fourth lady's name again? That was thrown to me out there at last second. There was Yavina Nerva. I, as a player, cannot remember the other name that was thrown to me. Vatrix?
Vatrix. I will
Here's her-
send her name.
You see him just look up to the sky, John, as he's like has his hand on your shoulder, and just yells, "Vatrix!"
All right.
Can you tell Ryu is not a religious guy?
Oh God.
Yeah, here we go.
So,
Yeah.
time for a tone shift.
All right.
As you guys would, now Ryu, you're used to this. It's like a yoinking and a half.
Yeah.
John, you haven't been yoinked forcibly, really, as much.
Technically,
Luckily.
the Lantern Keeper
The
counted,
Lantern-
right?
The Lantern Keeper yoinked you once.
Fair enough.
But because your memory is that of nothing,
Fair enough.
you basically feel as someone grabbed your mind and said, "Amir."
Oh, without
Amir.
consent? Oh, SMH.
Damn.
Listen here, bitch. As you guys would appear in this fog-ridden room, that essentially the ground is layered in this dark mist that is essentially this light gray, as essentially like shackling chains are moving throughout the entire room. As there's like a slow, consistent clinking of chains moving throughout the room. As this area, as this domain effectively of hers is about 100 feet across, and there's a dome.
Yeah.
And these chains are moving kind of all over the place as you guys would be looking forward and seeing this lady.
Gotcha. So we're dealing with a lady that's, honestly, if you were to take any D&D race and compare it to them, it's like a tiefling. Palish skin, almost like a ghoulish skin color. With these like horns that slick back, and they're pretty thick at the start, and then they kind of thin out as they go further out. But it's not even really until like halfway, actually no, 3/4 of the way of like the growth of these horns that they actually start thinning out properly. But there are these like silver-like horns, black, long black hair that kind of like, from what I can tell, goes slightly down like to the thighs. A pretty meaty tail. Again, very tiefling-like.
She may have been a tiefling.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like there's two types of tieflings. I see that some people draw tieflings like the very thin, pointy, like devil type of tail. She has that like the original like tiefling tails, where it's that very like thick tail. She's wearing essentially like a one-piece suit. Not one piece, like, you know, like not that. I was thinking of different. I was going for a different intro, but you know that's I was aiming more for the Wano arc, but whatever. It's like a one-piece bathing suit essentially. That's actually a good way of putting it, because like a lot of the hips and the legs show, but it covers like the actual like, you know, stomach and pelvis and the actual areas that should not be shown to the public. But it is sleeveless. But it's this like black one piece essentially. She has these she has these like black, not gloves, but like it's sleeveless sleeves essentially that cover the majority of her arms. It just barely stops at her at the balls of her shoulders essentially. There are some like light purple like jewels that kind of like decorate both the one piece like near the chest and like on the sides, like near the ribs, and same thing on the sleeves on the end bits of it. And then from what I can tell, she has these like what are probably boots, I'm guessing, but it's these black thigh-high boots. That have these like, again, the same like purple gems. Last thing that should be mentioned: black slick eyebrows, elvish like ears, black lipstick. Her pupils, which are normally like, you know, normally it's like a normal color, it's like an insanely bright purple from what I can tell. And body is very hourglass. There's a lot of hips going on. I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of hips going on.
But do they lie though?
Do you think those fucking hips lie, man? You tell me. But yeah, no. Yeah, I killed him again.
Just the absolute flips around with a gun going, what do you think, bitch?
Listen, hips
You
can...
must have me rolling low con saves because you seem to be falling under the effects of the hideous laughter spell really easily.
Actually, I think there's a charisma save.
I have terrible charisma.
It's charisma or it's wisdom, but I don't think it's con.
Wisdom. It's wisdom.
Wisdom?
I'm
Gotcha.
positive it's
Yeah.
wisdom, actually.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't think my wisdom is great. I know my intelligence, wisdom, and charisma are all bad. I try.
It's okay. It's okay. Oh, man. But yeah, no, it's like, literally just use your imagination, but it's just hella hips, hella legs. Just, yeah. And the rest of the body, slim. They literally have slim, thick build. That's such a good way to put it. But that's the person we're looking at.
Okay, speaking in character.
Rio.
He would about halfway through that, you would go silent. As she would silence you.
Dawn would stop. She looks really freaked out.
As, essentially with a light flick of her hand, you go dead silent. It's like one of those expressions of, no, I'm not, no.
No.
Under no circumstances am I dealing with that bullshit. As,
John is trying to signal that's like, okay, I got it out of my system. I'll stop through body language.
As he would feel essentially like this. It was a weird feeling, but it felt like someone had like shackled his throat shut. Is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Like he could still breathe, but nothing could come out of his mouth as she would allow him to speak again.
My apologies, miss. It's this doesn't happen to me very often.
You have to stop yelling at people. This is becoming a problem.
What?
You can't keep yelling at people. This is becoming. You know how offensive that is, John?
It is?
Yeah. Yeah, because you're
Oh,
basically
heaven.
calling them ugly. That's fucked up.
But I would
And
never
very
think they were ugly.
unwise.
This...
I put a lid on it for right now. Alright, sorry about that, Matrix. You probably don't know me, but I know you.
Odd, but all right.
Name's Ryuzuka. I don't know if you've even dealt with my world, right on. But it's in a bit of a pickle.
I've been looming. The other three are a bit stronger than me, so I haven't wanted to interfere in their actions.
I can understand that. I've talked with them, and I think I found out about you through Ariessa, I think. Ariessa or Gazella. It definitely wasn't Yavina.
She's the closest to me, Ariessa is, in strength. I am nowhere near compared to Gazella and Yavina. They are far above me.
Can I insight check to try and gauge what her alignment is? Because
Yes.
I'm imagining if Ariessa talked about her, surely she might be a bit on the better side. Because Kazella, man, I'm gonna be real, Kazella, there is some devious shit going with that goddess.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a good read on this person. I got a natural 3 plus 3, so that's just a 6.
Well,
Yeah.
Nitsify, looks like you need
No.
someone
use
to
a-
show you how it's done. Can
I
roll
hope
an
you
insight
roll in
check?
that one, man. I really hope.
It's insight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright, one
insight.
sec. Oh, I got a natural. No, just
You
kidding.
got an 8. You got an 8. You are
Oh.
one better.
There we go. I
Oh my God, I
updated
was
her
setting
thing.
myself up for a funny bit, okay? That was my
Yeah.
intention. That was the goal.
Nah, you just hate me. You just hate me.
Right, I
So-
hate you so much, I'm gonna move in with you in a month and a half.
Dude, you fucking... You know, it's like what they say. Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer.
Damn right.
Why do you think I'm moving in with you?
Like, one day you're just gonna come home and it's just gonna be some soul-ass trap where when you open a door, a battle axe is just gonna come down from the ceiling.
That's
swinging
not
at
a
you.
saw trap. That's just a fucking decapitation trap. Saw has puzzles. There's no puzzle to that.
And if you dodge it, I'll just come in and say, "Oh, do you like where I put my axe?"
That's not none of that is Saw-like. Literally none of that.
I'm like Saul, but I don't give my victims a chance.
Then you're not Saw. You're literally anyone but that.
I don't abide by your rules. I don't abide by your standard social norms.
It's not standards, it's the fucking truth.
Yeah, well, I rebel against that truth.
Oh my god, alright. Listen, bitch. We're gonna kick back into this. I'm not having this today. Alright. He's just gonna look to her and just go, I don't know. I know with the other goddesses, I know they've had their people in the world and followers and whatnot, so I don't know if you've even bothered actually. I know you said you're observing, so I'm guessing you haven't put any trust into other people following, is my guess.
I have. It's the only way I have access.
Fair enough.
Though I only have 2.
Are they in the safe zone?
One of them is
And the other?
in the city of Quran.
Quran. Alright, Quran. That.
which is the Underdark.
Right. Well, the good news for you, I'm having people trying to evacuate the people in the Underdark to my area. Luckily for you. So, I'm sure you'd like to keep your people alive.
Yes.
So, let's try and make a bargain. We obviously are trying to, or I, at least, he's been knocked out for a day. Literally, he drank himself.
Yeah, I was going to ask, is this normal for you, Ryu?
Is
talking
what?
with-
Is what normal?
all
Talking
of
to
this?
gods? The god bet?
Yeah.
No, I normally don't talk to gods. I don't follow any.
As
What in the blazes have I missed that past day?
I'll
As,
give you a bit.
as you would see Vatrix lift her hand and move her hand back, as she would pull up a like swirling mist. She goes, "Huh. No wonder you act the way you do." As you would see a tendril of magic essentially coming off of John that she is looking at. As
Is that normal?
Yeah, it's just normal. Don't worry about it.
So,
It's typical god
are you
things.
sure?
It's
normal for me.
Exactly.
I'm good at working with people's minds, and yours is broken beyond repair.
Okay, I think we all have a different definition of what normal means, but
I was locked in a prison. Do I have to keep reminding you? I was locked in a prison for many years. Don't take my normal as normal.
so
You're more put together than he is.
That's sad.
As Vatrix would essentially, she looked directly at the state of John's mind and goes, "Ah, got it. I understand now." As she gained some level of knowledge that most people wouldn't be able to, as her whole gimmick outside of lust is psychic, or the mind.
Awesome. Love to see it.
Yeah.
Miss, I'm very sorry. What was your name again?
Vatrix.
Vatrix.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know if it's possible to restore my mind?
Possibly. But the state in which you arrived at how you are at was quite traumatic. It's more of your brain forcing you to forget, as it does not wish to relive what it had experienced. A common trauma practice.
I mean, I remember a little bit of before I came to this mortal plane. I remember I was fighting against 3 others, and well, I don't remember the fight all too well, admittedly. But I just remember losing bad.
From what I can tell, and I can tell you this, you did win that fight.
Wait, what?
As she would say quite well, she would, you lost against the man with the purple eyes. That's why they haunt you. Quite simply. He absolutely annihilated you. You stood no chance, and you walked into it willingly.
Oh, that explains a lot, actually.
And I can tell you this, he ripped your very power from your body. It is why you are so weak. He took what power you had and broke your golden blade.
Oh, that sword.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that sword might be, actually?
In his room.
Bastard.
I don't like bearing bad news, but it's easy for me to find it.
No, it's okay. I've had an inkling for a while, actually, that the me right now is far from the me that used to be.
You might need to speak up a little bit. You're getting like quiet.
Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Sorry.
You're
Um,
good.
I I've been wondering lately just what kind of warrior I used to be. I've only been relying so far on these bits and pieces, but I don't know, it doesn't really feel like I'm myself anymore, just a hollowed out shell of what used to be someone great.
That can happen. But I do not wish to step on the toes of the Lantern Keeper. As, again, I'm not the strongest goddess you've ever met. Far from it, actually. The Lantern Keeper is another one that I would not like to cross. And that's stepping more out of my domain of allowance and more into his. But you two came for a bargain of some sort. How can I help?
Right. So, I've been talking with the gods. I've been having them set up domains in different areas of the dynasty in case the zone breaks. The zone is being held up by a singular man that knows reality magic like me, but he's more advanced simply because I've been out of practice. Because I was locked up for years. Yes. Thing is, if he dies, we lose that zone. And the more that corruption spreads, the worse it's going to get for him to be able to keep up the zone to begin with. So I'm trying to get domains set up as a protection in case that goes down. We have Yuvina, we have Nerva, we have Ariessa, we have Gazella. We have an area that would be in between. Those are all the outer layers. We have an open spot for the inner layers. I want to have someone to set up domain in that area. And when they mentioned that there was another lust god, I figured it would make most sense to grab you. Because, quite frankly, if all of you could learn to work together, it might be beneficial. Sure, I could grab some random god, some random eldritch god, but it won't have the same impact as the lot of you working together, I would imagine.
Perhaps. If you would like, I could take over the city of Kynalan and offer a sort of buffer to him.
That would be good.
Attaching a sort of tether to guard against his mind. Because his mind is... She would look at judges. He makes you look put together.
It's bad. I've talked with him, and I've seen the state he's in.
I would warn out of kindness, honestly. Not cross him.
I don't plan to. There's no reason to.
And I can tell you. And I can tell you he was watching over the girl you were talking to when you met him.
Yes, Anna.
He watched over her because of a fractured memory that he holds. He knows her, but at this point he can't quite remember why. But they were old friends. So at least for her, that is a sign he's still there, at least in spirit.
Yes. Well, whatever you can do to help that out would be good.
There's about 3 areas I could take. Which one would you prefer? Or I could take the city itself.
I don't think they'd be happy if I told you to take the city itself, so... You can take any of those 3 areas that are left. You can take an area in between Kynaland and Alnwick if you want. There's a route in between there. It'll put you in between 5 different cities. It'll provide the most amount of defense. So that might be for the best.
Alright. I will set up there.
Alright.
Sorry, just one last question. Do you... So far, how I've been remembering my past is... I've been occasionally getting flashbacks. Sometimes when I'm wide awake, oddly enough, or... Sometimes when I sleep. Is there any way to maybe speed up this process?
You started remembering the purple-eyed man due to the fact you started seeing those glowing eyes. Your mind doesn't like seeing those eyes because it knows what happened to you. The more you experience and the more you push yourself, your mind will start unlocking more. But if you can't get through yourself, then no. But that takes work.
As much as I'd really like to ask you the type of person I used to be, I don't think I want to know. Not just quite yet, actually. I think that's just going to make me rather... I don't think that's just going to sit well with me.
Make you feel inadequate?
I mean, if I understand correctly... If I was at the peak of my powers at the time, and I got obliterated so badly that I wanted to forget everything that happened, doesn't truly give me confidence, you know what I mean?
Luckily, you weren't at your absolute peak.
I wasn't?
No. You were close, but you still had room to gain. But the Lantern Keeper misjudged the strength of your foe, and did not understand truly how scary the person he sent you after was.
I met with the Lantern Keeper recently. This explains why you seem to be so sad, actually. If I sent someone into that too, I'd feel rather guilty.
The Lantern Keeper has a twisted past. While he may look vile, he is quite kind.
Well, thank you, miss. I've been trying really hard to find some semblance of normalcy in my head. The fact that I was close to my peak is certainly something to give me at least a little hope for the journey ahead. That's...
Also, not going alone helped.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she sits there and like not going alone really fucking helps, bud.
Yep.
No, that's a fair point, really.
Well,
Before we
farewell.
go, real quick. If you need anything, I've thrown it out to the other gods. Let me know. The world I talked with Tai-Chin, the god of law and honor. I got him to reduce the restrictions, so if you need to do anything, you can, just as long as it's within reasoning.
Okay. I can do that.
And, again, if you need anything, let us know. We'll handle it. I know Arietta told me about her, unfortunate flower parasite.
You see the goddess raise an eyebrow.
Oh, you don't know. I thought you were in this world for a long time, so I figured you might have known.
That's news to me.
Yeah, it's in the safe zone. I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't think it can move away from this area, so it might actually work in our favor, weirdly enough.
Huh. Like, there's a huh.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's just been feeding off of anyone that gets near its old home and just kind of... Yeah, that's a long story. I'll let you talk with her about that if you want to know more. I don't think that's my business.
Fair enough.
Alright. I will leave then, if that is the case. Unless you need my fucking soul for some damn reason. I don't fucking know with gods anymore.
I think your soul is bound for someone else.
Fair enough.
As she would bow and snap her fingers as you guys would be sent back to your bodies.
Good.
John would say, What, like romantically? And then they would get sent back.
Yeah.
As
they
that
get-
is Vatrix.
Yeah.
As they get sent back to their bodies, Rio would just see John just kind of rubbing his face.
Mhm.
And he would just go,
Ow.
that was a lot to take in.
Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine.
Oh, God.
I've been dealing with this all day yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad to finally have a bit more of a concrete answer on why I saw a man with purple eyes, but no
That's-
one else could.
Most likely it's either one of the conduits or it's Rashiasa Tagash.
Rio,
Hmm.
so,
Yeah.
anywhere new that we need to go?
Right. We gotta go to the way because we need to go talk with the pirate lord. Or specifically more, we're talking with his wife.
Fine by me.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let you know we're talking with his wife, not the pirate lord, because for some reason he can't step on land. Do not, and I mean this, do not, when you see her, yell at her, or do anything stupid. We're dealing with pirates. They will pillage the island.
John is just gonna give you the most skeptical look and says, "Define stupid."
He squints at him and just go, you just yelled at a goddess. You've yelled and out of the safe zone twice.
Okay, but in my defense, what's the word that mortals have for? What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't
When
know
they
what you're
drink-
looking for.
When they drink too much alcohol and then the day after they feel like literal piss.
A hangover.
Yeah, I think I might have that.
You're immortal as well. You're just not. I'm not gonna bother. Alright, yeah, let's just go.
Oh, you heard the lady, Rio. I'm trying to get my together.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm just not gonna bother.
Man, Louis sits and goes, listen, bud, I'm trying to get my shit together. It ain't working out.
But anyways, all of that sounds good. I'd rather we go ahead and get moving. The longer I think this, the longer I think I'm going to lose my sanity.
Die.
I said the name of the campaign. Haha.
Wow.
Good job. Good job. Okay.
Y'all want a
Please kill
bomb?
me.
Alright.
No, so y'all would just hear it. Y'all want a bomb?
Just look over like, who? The Gramps.
It's Gramps.
I knew it. Sure, give me a bomb.
As Gramps hands you this actively bubbling, like he's corked it, right? But it is this potion that is bubbling and like it looks like the fluid inside of it is actively evaporating and then dripping back into the bottle. Like dripping
Okay.
back from down to the bottom. Because it's just this second, like, here you go. I don't know what'll happen when you throw up, but don't be near it. And he walks away.
He looks at it.
As much as I would love to take the bomb, I would probably accidentally set it off because
why I'm
fire,
not-
so you should take it.
That's why I'm not giving it to you.
That explains why you were already writing it down while
Yeah.
Acrid was talking.
Ocean of bomb.
Ocean of bomb. That's the best way to put it.
As,
Also, you're fire. You might actually ignite it somehow just by holding it. I don't know. Like,
Exactly what I was.
Yeah.
As he said, yeah, throw this. Don't be near it. What's the radius? Oh, walks away.
he's gonna look to go like, all right, before we leave, because we're gonna have to use teleport to get it away. Let me get old Darius real fast. I gotta let him
Also-
know that I gotta send a goblin and a frog to Nerva's domain.
So I do believe
Yeah.
Rio would remember that Zelvic, I think, either gave him something for John or has it still.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So he's gonna give it. he's gonna give a bracelet over to John and go, put this on. Put it on. Come on. Put it on. Wear it. Wear it. It's a present. Are you gonna be inconsiderate? Are you gonna be a horrible person? You're really starting to make me hate you. Wear it. Our friendship's dropping fast. He's like peer pressuring John.
He's really just saying, put it on, pussy.
Yeah, basically.
You put it on, bitch?
Yeah, I'll put it on.
Alright, cool.
Great.
Now
So
go
it can't
touch
come
something.
off.
What?
Yeah. It basically vice clamps to your arm.
This is something I didn't know about.
Is jewelry for mortals supposed to do that, EO?
Normally no, but because you're a fire elemental and needs a way to be able to hold on to properly, kinda.
Oh, that makes sense.
Right,
So...
now you should be able to touch things without setting it on fire. Meaning you should be able to touch people without killing them on purpose, by accident.
Yeah, great. I'm going to test this by just touching Ryu's face, like palm to face.
Roll it to hit.
That's not what I'm not trying to unarmed strike him.
I know, it's just, but there's still the shot that Ryu dodges.
Fair enough.
Like, I'm thinking about, like, no, you can't just touch him. It's a fucking ex-war criminal. He's not.
That's an 11.
No,
You
you
missed.
fucking
Hold on.
full.
Well, you guys entertain. I gotta go grab groceries out of the truck. It'll take like 2 minutes.
Okay, so Ryu just kind of folds backwards and avoids it, like, no, don't touch me. I don't know if it works. As I feel like that's an accurate.
Yeah. Even though Nitz isn't here, I think that would happen. Yeah.
As you would get to as you would just walk over and touch grass, like literal just grass, and it doesn't ignite. As I will now explain to you how this fucking little amulet, this little bracelet you got works. Basically, Zelvic Dawn, the Bandit King, made you and Ryu items with what limited resources he had to basically as a proof of usefulness. This is the way that he viewed it. Is sort of, here's what I can actually do type thing. Like I said I can do it, but here's proof. So essentially, this bracelet vice clamps onto you because it needs to be able to hold on to you since you're fire. Like, if you try and pull it off, you would recognize that when you try and pull it off, it would come off. It just takes it a little. It takes you a little bit of work. Like,
So it's just a flat bracelet, basically.
You could call it that, but it basically is one of those like incomplete bracelets that you put on and then it becomes a completed bracelet.
Oh hell yeah! I love slap bracelets.
Not a slap bracelet, whatever.
Fuck you! I'm putting slap bracelet in my inventory.
That's whatever. It's fine. I'm not mad. You're mad. But basically, unless you want to burn something, you won't.
Okay.
So essentially, it acts more like a restraint to stop you from igniting buildings while you're standing in them.
That makes sense. That could be
Because
helpful on a pirate ship that might be made out of wood, for all we know.
yeah, no, the pirates probably will come to shore to talk to you, or you can go to the. That's up to you. You still can't go in water, bud. That's still not.
Yeah. I mean that makes sense. Last I checked.
Yeah, last I checked, you're made of literal fucking, literally made of fucking fire. So you know, good luck, bud.
That's true.
I am walking back.
As yeah, you guys will get to go grab your 2 teammates and call it good.
I'm
Also,
back. What's up?
fucking ow.
I missed. But as really quick, Acrid. So after Ryu dodges John's test to see if he can set you on fire or not.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna walk over to some grass, touch it, and just go, "Holy smokes! This technology slaps nuts!" And he's going to
You
then
see the
take-
cleric as you are next to the church.
and then he's going to grab a wad of grass and he's gonna try eating it.
Okay, so it is incinerated on touching your mouth. Because you know.
Because you know.
So, it tastes rather earthy. There you go, bud.
John would just look like a Rio. It says, "Oi, Theo, this grass ain't too shabby."
Don't ever say that again. Let's go.
Okay. That's the end of that.
And then that's the end of John as he develops a crippling disease of doused.
I'm pretty sure Douse would just kill him. I'm pretty sure. Fire elementals can at least have a chance of surviving it because it just removes their fire. They just have to be on like basically a medical alert. I think for a fire elemental that literally would kill them because they don't have any other physical part of their body that isn't fire.
Oh, Theo, I just realized something.
Uh-huh.
Now that I can't set on people on fire, does this mean I have a shot of getting a girlfriend without killing them?
You gotta stop yelling at people first. We'll go from there.
Can do.
Yeah.
You sure about that one, bud? Yeah, I don't know. You scream a lot. As just fucking Gramps walks up beside you. No idea why he's here, but fuck you, Gramps is here.
Now, character-wise, John's gonna try. Player-wise, no promises.
It's fair, it's fair.
As Gramps goes, "Oh yeah, here you go. I meant to give this to you. This won't kill you, probably. Bye."
Okay.
As he hands specifically to John a bottle.
Of holy water.
Go seek God. You need salvation, says the goblin. No, as this bottle is actively shaking as you're holding it, as the yellow liquid that is inside of it is extremely unstable.
Leo, why is this piss
What did you
bottle
call me?
making these weird movements?
I'll answer you when you say my name right.
What, Leo?
No.
Keo?
No. That's the cat. At the tavern.
AIO?
No.
Wii U?
No.
I don't think you understand how long he is willing to sit here and fucking do this. This
Leo.
bit will not
No.
end.
You're sure it's not Leo? You strike me as a Leo.
No. That is a human name. I am a Durla.
Yo, what's a Durla?
He stares at you. And walks
Okay.
away.
To be fair, John technically wouldn't know the term Durla until now, but yeah, that's fair.
I mean, technically, when I met him, I've said it 3 times.
You did? Oh, I completely forgot.
Yeah, that's why I can become a
This is-
displacer beast.
This is why
Gotcha.
actually remembering what is said is important.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Especially in my campaign. Because shit that was said 2 sessions ago will come back.
Right. Fair.
When
As
yeah.
hmm.
I was just gonna say like, yeah, no. If he said it multiple times, he's not gonna re-say it again. Player to player though, they're displacer people.
Oh no, player-wise, I knew. John is just brain stupid.
Gotcha.
So, John now has gained a -4 modifier to his intelligence.
Again, it's really funny that I got a 17 on my intelligence.
You
Not
really
anymore,
shouldn't.
bitch. You have a 13. This is a permanent debuff because you're an idiot. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'll go pick up Darius because we gotta talk with him real fast before we teleport over to another city. So.
Yes.
Yes.
As also, I was kidding, by the way, Dylan.
Oh no, I figured. Don't worry about it.
Okay, thank God. As you guys would look out, as you guys would get to the tavern, you guys would look out, you would see that the trees to the east, they look a bit off. They look wrong.
Yeah, probably because they're made of blood.
Yeah.
Aww.
As the leaves are now crimson red.
Yep.
John is just gonna think to himself, man, those leaves look tasty.
He's gonna look to him. Don't.
He's just thinking to
No.
himself.
No, I get the feeling. I get the feeling Ryu takes one look at that face and goes, no. And then walks
John-
away.
Yeah.
John just kind of looks at you like, what?
Don't even think about it.
Oh no, I was thinking about the
What are you thinking about?
what that lady said.
No, you
What
weren't.
that
You're
what that lady
lying.
said. Yes,
You're
I was.
a horrible liar.
You're a bitch.
Deception. Deception. Disadvantage because you're
Alright.
dealing with Ryu and he's already called you on your shit
Alright,
and you
I
shouted
can
you're a
do that.
bitch.
If I may, I will roll an insight.
Give me a minute.
You may.
Oh, that's an
Alright.
8.
Well, I got a natural 18.
Yeah, so
I
how
think
this works is John's like voice starts getting more and more high pitched the more you try to call him out on his lie.
And all, you just scream, you bitch.
Oh, man. God, he would just look at this go, don't. That's blood. It won't taste good.
Well, you don't know that. Have you ever tried blood before?
Yes. It's called getting hit. You'll taste blood.
Wow.
It tastes like iron.
weird.
It's not good.
Hey, while we're on the topic, what's it like having bones anyway?
What's it like not having any?
Oh, it's actually kind of nice. It's very freeing. I could like, do like the stretchy stretch. Yeah.
Where's your brain at?
Oh, I don't know. I think it maybe left when that purple-eyed freak destroyed me. Like what we already talked about.
I don't think you... I'm not gonna bother. I'm not bothered. There was some sarcasm that he had said with that before, and that was not picked up.
Dude, Ryu, in the most backwards way, I can appreciate you're brain dead comments in the most backwards way possible.
It was supposed to be like a sarcastic joke, and he like, yeah, and then he like took it seriously. He's like, God, never mind.
You are helpless.
I feel like you had to have known using sarcasm on John Sean is a solid 50-50.
Yeah, but that's also just how Rio speaks, so I feel like I'm not gonna back away from that.
Anyway, so Acrid, can I roll to have an existential crisis?
No, because nothing traumatic has happened. Moving on.
Darius.
Yeah, y'all go find him. Also, you guys
Yeah.
would probably want to go
Oh.
find y'all's 2 allies.
Well, Nitsify
Yeah.
would have let me in the other campaign. Nitsify also treats us to ice cream after recording. Yeah.
Listen, he'll give you a different way to get trauma. I do it a different way, okay? 0 times of trauma.
You can't have trauma on demand, bitch. You don't have your memories.
You did subscribe to that, like, subscription, man. You didn't get the bundle choice. That's on you.
Should have paid for the Hulu without ads, bro.
Yeah, man, for real. Shakira, you should see this. What
What
happens
the
when
fuck
you?
up?
What the hell? What the hell? I was gonna like segue into a nice thing of how people should subscribe to both the Lost Shipyard and the Lost Harbor, and you just tell me to shut the fuck up. That's actually where I was gonna do it like a smooth transition. You're like, nah,
Listen.
shut up.
No, you fucking whatever. Whatever, I'm wrong.
Oh man. Yeah, we'll go find Darius. I'll pull him aside and just look to him.
Well,
Yeah.
He was just walking around town, so yeah, you guys found him pretty easily.
Darius, quick thing. I've got
Konnichiwa.
He looks at you and he says something that like you don't know what he says, but you feel is insanely offensive and abyssal.
John's eyes. You see John's eyes slowly start to separate, and then it just like slowly drift off.
Okay. He just looked back to Darius. Right, as I was saying. So we've gotten one other last god working with us. So they will be in contact with us. They're going to be working in another area. Helping protect the zone. Vatrix is her name. It's another lost god, man. I didn't know there was going to be more than 3, but apparently there's 4. She's goddess of psychic and lust. So we have all the lust gods basically working together now. Didn't think I'd be uniting lust gods, who are normally rivals, but here we are.
Lovely.
Right.
Of course, the one time I get drunk, I miss the opportunity to meet 3 less god cousins.
You do not need that. You would have gotten us in a war with the gods.
What?
You would have gotten us in a war somehow with gods. I don't want to deal with that.
Oh, nah.
You yelled at her and she silenced you.
Okay, but I'm having a hangover.
Cazella wouldn't deal with that. She wouldn't care that you have a hangover. She'd kill you.
Oh, well, that's not very nice of her.
She's evil!
I'm really picturing the like real slowly turning. These 4 arms are slowly reaching forward to strangle this fucking fire
At this
elemental.
point, it's just basically Homer and Bart Simpson.
Oh, dude. I feel like Family Guy, and I'm the guy killing the Family Guy.
That makes sense, I think.
Okay. You just look to Darius and go, Nerva, the mistress of the Fae. Right. Right. So, I struck a deal with her. We've weakened the source. The source is a summoner. We figured out that. Rashiasa Tagash is the source.
Got it.
He's a summoner. He was able to summon up the 9 things at the same time.
Why?
I don't want to fucking know why. But
just the most genuine ass fucking why.
Yeah. Here's the thing: we struck a deal. But she's been able to limit it down by grabbing some of his strands, so now he can only summon 3 things. So we've been able to weaken him. Slight thing: grab a goblin that you don't like from the village and throw them into her area. She wants a goblin and a frog.
Oh, well, I need the frog.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, Spike's staying, so I can get you another frog.
Arcana.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Nat 20. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just pops out a frog out in his hand. Just like reaches into the void. You see him just pull out just a frog in his hand. Like, here's the frog.
Also, the frog is perfectly calm, as if this is completely normal.
I like to imagine on like Spike where he's got little spiky bumps on his back. This is like a smoother frog.
Oh yeah.
Who does the handle the frog? Just go, here's a frog. Just find a goblin. You can probably find a homeless one because the way people migrate from towns. You just grab someone. Here's the thing. I'm not saying they're gonna die because they honestly might not. It's more of a thing of she wants to see what'll happen if they stay in her magic area for too long.
That seems twisted, but okay.
Yeah, it's an older Scott. What do you expect?
Fair, alright. I'm not.
I mean, on the bright side, maybe there's also just a shot that we just end up having a goblin that could be a possible powerhouse defender for the kingdom. So this could actually possibly be beneficial. So I say give it a shot.
John's eyes have morphed into playing Pong.
God.
The absolute emptiness of his brain is being put on full display.
Oh, and have you seen Chew and C, by the way? Or not Chew and C, One Eye and Satyr. Sorry, I'm looking through my list here.
Oh.
We need to grab them. They're gonna be going with us to Gold Crest.
Alright, they should be in the tavern?
Alright, let's go.
Last I saw them.
Alright, gotcha. Make sure those people get there. I know you've already sent messengers. You already know about the other parties where they're heading. I'm gonna go get them, and we're gonna start heading up to Tawai to go deal with the pirate lord you talked to us about, and then we'll start heading out to Gold Crest.
Grand.
We'll probably at least give one more day to rest up before we head to Gold Crest, because this man right here decided to drink a bit too much, so...
What? I did?
You just said you had a hangover, and you were knocked out for a day. Do not.
Have some brains. Try it. It's helpful.
What was what?
Have some brain.
Brain.
Like, be able to think for 10 seconds. It's helpful.
He's trying, man.
It's sitting there.
Alright.
How?
Like, fucking use brain cells. It's useful.
Ow.
Oh, man. Alright, let's go to the tavern.
The time guard is having none of your shit today. His tolerance is at a fucking minimum.
To the tavern, let's go grab them.
Yeah.
And then to the teleport to grab Toy.
You guys are accomplished. No fucking yawn at me, bitch.
You just started it.
You started it.
No, you literally did. You started it, and I yelled back at you.
Hey guys, I yawn too. I just want to be included.
What the hell?
Listen here, bitch.
Fucking copycat.
No, I'm Dylan.
Wannabe podcaster.
What a God. Fucked up.
Alright, anyways, yeah, you guys, I don't... Okay. Unless y'all want to talk to anyone else in the tavern, I'm just gonna say y'all complete that task successfully, unless Ryu's gonna slap somebody or John's gonna scream at someone.
I'm trying to get to Toy. That's
Oh,
new for me now.
Don't scream at Divine. That will end poorly.
fuck you. Get the naturally on a charisma save.
That doesn't matter, bitch. You're still yelling at her. How you phrase things matters, bitch.
Did you say you wanted to talk to someone?
I know I don't. I don't have anyone to talk with.
Okay.
Yeah, so y'all leave.
Alright.
Can I give, like, a really cool slick wink to Divine on my way out?
Can he?
Persuasion.
Here we go.
Alright. Here I go.
You got this, man.
That's a 17!
Nice.
Hey. I know the result of that then. You see her blink. And she's sitting there, like, it is what you don't know if it was a result of that, or it was just her blinking naturally because people need to blink. There you go.
To himself, I'll take it, and leaves.
He doesn't even know that's connected to him.
Yeah.
Also, if he did nothing to get her attention, he doesn't even know if she saw it. You did nothing to get her attention. You just walked away and looked at her, winked, and then walked out. You have no idea if she saw you.
God, I'm so cool.
Obviously,
God,
she
you're an
saw
idiot.
you.
This whole my participation in this campaign has just been like slowly evolving into me using this as an excuse to shitpost in D&D, which
Honest.
I don't usually get a chance to.
See, now, you can shitpost all you would like. Now, whether or not you survive is your own problem.
I gotta do. There's just a voice in the back of my head that's just saying, "Do it for the vine."
Dude, I want to mention, I love how Dylan was like, yeah, I want to, like, when we were trying to figure out a campaign, what we wanted to do for this next campaign, he's like, yeah, I want to do, like, a psychological horror campaign. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So it's going to be, like, serious characters. It's going to be something a little bit more on the darker side. Not really going to be too many jokes. And then, like, I see the character. I'm like, he's just jokes.
I hit the Dylan button.
You hit the Dylan button. It was like what I said before. It's like with Chrono, you're like, I'm gonna be lawful, and I'm gonna be this serious guy, and then you end up being this guy that just breaks down and is chaotic, like the 180 of what you plan.
Yeah, no, I realized that most of the time, a lot of my characters, they don't go exactly how I planned them to.
You had a plan?
Yes, he did.
I think I did at first. It got adjusted significantly.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, like, I would say probably the only character I've only had like 2 characters who I haven't made any insane changes with, I think, in the past, and I've only been playing D&D for over a year.
Yeah. Oh,
I just
man.
commit to the character I create.
I'm normally pretty similar with that. Sometimes I don't know what I want to do for a character, though, because I think that happened with, honestly, that was kind of with Ryozuka. Like, I had an idea for, like, well, I want him to be crazy. But then, like, also, I saw the state of the current parties, and I was like, I can't. Someone's gotta keep this in check.
I usually don't like doing the same thing twice, if plausible.
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes when I play characters, sometimes I'll just like think throughout the week in between sessions, being like, okay, if so-and-so happened, would this be a funny response? Or so-and-so happened, is this like a new funny character gimmick? Like, last Thursday, sometimes it just happens on the spot. Last Thursday in the campaign being Nitsurin, my character just fucking despises royalty. He just hates it. Anything to do with it or nobles. So when he got offered like a free ticket to stay at the inn, he just went, no.
No, I don't want it.
No.
And then he tried, and when he was given his reward quest, because everybody got 200 gold from the Duke for helping out with something, he looked at Nazami and said, well, I don't want this, do you want it? And then proceeded to make a winky face, and then flirted with her, and I was like, no.
No, yes, okay, and there's go.
Yeah,
And the joke is, too, about that, is my character is canonically a librarian, and librarians don't typically get paid that much, so he actually would have really liked the money, but he's just too stubborn about his values.
Yep.
Anyways.
Yes. So, Tawai. We're gonna teleport to Tawai. We're gonna find the part words, not mother, wife.
Maiden.
My bad.
As you guys would teleport to.
No maidens.
As you guys would appear in Tawai, which shush.
I went quiet a bit ago.
Discord delay is a bitch. Also, ow, my back.
Backs aren't real. Look at John Tron.
It's true. I'm malleable.
This is very true.
Listen here, bud. You need to not. Alright, so y'all teleport.
So.
Wait.
I'm quick.
Side tangents over. For
Yes.
now.
For now. Bro keeps yawning. I'm gonna pull a fucking Matrix on him and just siphonize his energy.
Whoa!
I will become Matrix. Do not test me.
Wow!
Alright, so y'all teleport to Taway, which
Yes.
is a bigger city than Kainalan.
Yes.
As Satoru and One Eye are just following along. 'Cause they don't know they know generally what's going on.
Yeah.
They were
Oh.
given the most, like, the quickest rundown of we're going here, then we're gonna go here, and we're gonna try to kill God. Moving on.
Ow.
Yeah!
Well,
What
so,
happened?
no, so I was moving my chair back, because I was trying to readjust my legs. Because, you know, it's nice to lean back a bit. I also just crushed my balls in the process of my thighs, so ow.
Oh no! Oh,
yeah, no.
God.
I put my legs a little bit too close to each other, and I just fucking crushed them. It fucking hurt.
God, Nits, do you mind if I mention some of the stuff you told me earlier today about...
sure, go for it, man.
So, Nits, you were telling me about an extra tight pair of shorts that you were wearing.
Yeah, because I was out of clothes, and it was all I had left in my drawer.
It was bad for the balls or something. Like, this
Yes,
is not this is not a good day for your balls, bro.
No, there's not. It's really not. Because the pair that I was wearing, like, it was a pair that I hadn't worn in like a year or two, and I've done a lot of working out specifically on my legs, so I get, you know, changes happen. And so like they used to fit fine, but like they always hugged my waist well, which I was like, oh great, it's a great pair of shorts. I can't wear them anymore now. I'm gonna be throwing them out right tonight because when I put them on, they clung to my legs just standing up, and like they always were a little snug. These were like actively like trying to essentially like trying to hold my like the muscle in, if that makes sense. Like it was like tight, like it. Like it's like grabbing a belt and then tightening it as far as you can till you can't tighten it anymore. Like even after like sucking like your stomach in, tightening as far as you can. It's like doing that to yourself essentially.
I don't know if you could relate, Acrid, but tight clothes are the worst clothes of all time.
I throw them
as far as
away.
I'm concerned.
I literally don't. If I have tight clothes, I just throw it away. That moment I realize it's too tight, I'm like, no, goodbye. I'm not dealing with you.
And
I don't care.
No, you can't wear them unless they're like some kind of baggy, basically.
That is fair. Like literally, to be fair, if it's like a shirt, then I don't like it tight. If I'm wearing pants, I don't mind because body like waist to leg ratio, it's not it's not easy to find stuff for guys when it comes to my size, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so that pair of shorts, when I sat down, my legs, normally when you sit down, your thighs are supposed to like flatten out, kind of like widens out because you're letting the muscles rest essentially. It wasn't able to do that, so they just stayed clumped up, like as if I was still standing. And what made it worse was that it literally would like pull forward, like it felt like my balls were being compacted. It was not pleasant.
So in other words, viewers, Nits gave him a vasectomy today, so he will never have children.
I wouldn't be surprised. Dude, it's like having a wedgie, except you're having the wedgie the whole damn day.
Man, don't you hate it when you give yourself a vasectomy?
Oh yeah, you gotta love it, man.
So D&D.
D&D.
Oh yeah, right. Right, D&D, not vasectomy.
Yeah, my bad. So I become Matrix.
On say.
Okay, sure, I guess.
I don't know, I'm kidding.
Okay, well, it's a 13.
You explode. Alright, anyway.
Awesome.
Because you cannot contain the knowledge.
Alright, death save?
You get none, you went boom.
Okay, hey guys, so I'm coming with my next character. Let me pull from my sheets here.
Billy Bim.
Hold on. I think today I'll be playing Joe Bold, the Paladin Null. Yeah, I'm ready, guys.
Alright, anyways, back to canon universe.
Yeah.
You guys would head to the I know in the image I drew of the map, I did not draw the coastal cities well because I was trying to have the names be in the con. It was a bitch to draw. But yeah, Tway is next to the ocean.
I got you, man. You're good.
I also made all the cities, and I was like, wait, shit, they need to be near the water. Fuck, I'm not fixing it. Like,
It's valid. It's valid.
I love water. Wait, no, I don't.
Water. I was water once. They water.
Shut. Stop.
Okay.
No.
Oh, man.
Huh?
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 Huh.
Huh?
Anyway.
Bless you.
Unbless you.
Oh, fuck you.
God has
Curse you.
forsaken me.
Oh, God.
I
Okay.
gotta keep you humble, Acrid. I couldn't let that bless you get to your head.
Oh, man, I have been forsaken for a long ass time.
That just reminds me of that meme.
Anyways, moving on. Shut up and move D&D forward. I'm trying desperately to move us forward. So here's what happens. You yeah.
Meme.
No memes.
Look, we get it. John is just a meme. Now shut up or I will kill him.
Hey.
Oh, man. So.
Deception.
For what?
Huh? Alright, perception. I could do that,
Oh,
probably.
perception. I thought you said deception.
On perception.
What is that? 16 plus 5, 21.
Oh god. That was not supposed to fall. That was that. I don't know what this is, but that fell, and that's bad. I'm gonna put that back now. Alright.
Yeah.
Whoa. You guys would see some people.
I do.
As you guys would walk towards the... Fuck, the music accelerating.
Before lag of the bitch.
As you guys would head over to the port, and you guys would see two people standing on the dock as essentially, or, well, one of them is sitting, like, on one of the beams that would be coming out of the port, and the other one is standing. Yeah, no, she's standing. As a few of the dock workers have essentially started talking to them as a sort of like a, oh god.
Yeah.
As just offshore, there is like an extremely well built frigate that's just sitting there.
Yeah.
So it's like one of the biggest boats you can get. And I'll go ahead and send the lady you would see that's standing there. You would see this lady.
Gotcha. We're dealing with a human. Not pale, but, you know, whitish. God, what a way to say that. It is like a crop, whitish. There's not a lot of tan going on there. That's the best way to put it. There is a crop top, that is a tank top, crop top, tank top, a little bit of cleavage I can see, not that much though. It holds on to her pretty well. She also has like, the reason why I'm still there is because I'm realizing she has sleeveless sleeves, but it's a weird sleeveless sleeve. She has these like baggy sleeveless sleeves that are like this aqua bluish greenish, but it's slightly dull. So it's lost a little bit of its natural vibrancy essentially. She's wearing these like essentially jeans, these like dark blue jeans, with a brown leather belt, and some leather straps on her right thigh, probably used for like holding knives and things like that. Black boots, they're heeled boots. Those are platformed. I'm pretty sure that is like an extra 3 or 4 inches in height for her. Long black, I'd say like long raven black hair is a good way of putting this.
Yeah.
And she has this little brown leather bag that she's kind of just keeping beside her. One thing I will mention that I'm not going to go all the way through mentioning, she has an insane amount of jewelry on her, like going around her neck, like with necklaces, rings, bracelets. She has like accessories of jewelry of sorts hanging off her belt, and like even like the area where like where it looks like she probably has like a holster for a sword. There's like jewelry hanging off that too. As like even off the boots, there's jewelry hanging. So she's a pirate. That's a lot of jewelry.
Yeah, it's also she has a rapier, but she doesn't look like she probably doesn't use it.
Hey,
Yeah.
Acrid, I just got either possibly a hilarious idea or an incredibly dumb one.
Well, I'm gonna go into the guy.
What did I just
What I'm
tell
gonna
you?
so I'm gonna go into the guy who's standing next to her, and is probably here to keep her safe.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Though she
Before
probably doesn't need it.
Yeah, just before you do anything, man, first.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you see this guy standing there.
Lizard folk or Dragonborn? I can't tell.
He's a dragonborn.
Okay, Dragonborn, green scales, horns that are like a dark gray, almost a black, basically slicked back, going straight backwards, none of it even goes forward. Orangish eyes. The underbelly is that similar thing for like most lizards, where it's like that white, like that beigeish white, which is why I was wondering if it was a lizard folk possibly. I don't think there's really the best way to put it. The rest
Pirate.
of his, it's just natural, like everyday, like pirate clothing. Like he's got that like the pirate jacket, the white underdress, like undershirt, the black pants, and the red cloth tied around his hip. Like he's the average everyday pirate look, but it's on the green dragon folk essentially, dragon lore.
Yeah.
Oh, he has no wings, but he does have a tail.
Most of them don't, so he's not ancient at least.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What was that idea, Dylan?
So, I want to actually maybe I'm thinking about maybe figuring out a system later, but
Oh,
if
boy.
could John just sometimes have to make a charisma save when he tries to talk to NPCs?
Is this a debuff? Are you debuffing yourself?
Yeah. Can I give myself a charisma save for how well I'll talk to these 2 NPCs?
Like, man.
I mean, it kind of makes sense annoyingly.
Yeah. I mean, there's no reason to decline him on this thought process.
I mean, it's
You
just
know what?
my only reason for this is just that I think it would make things more interesting.
Also, John, what was your perception?
I had a 19.
I had a 21.
Okay. Okay, so Ryu will notice this.
Okay.
John, you will miss this.
Damn.
Really? With a 19? Wow.
Yes, because this is like the DC was 21.
Fair enough.
As Ryu would notice this barely as they're walking up, standing on the water, like a good 80 feet out, just watching. He's just standing there. There's this guy.
Ah, so I think I know who that is. We're looking at an elf. That's probably the fucking pirate lord, if my guess is right. We're dealing with a wood elf, black hair, put up in a messy bun. The right side of the hair is bangs, kind of like goes down in front of the eyes. Slick black, like eyebrows. It's a fucking chiseled chin. Damn. Blue scarf. He wears 2 earrings. The one on the right is a feather, and the one on the left is like a jewel of some sort. It's pretty jagged and pretty big. It's like half the size of his ears. That's a pretty big fucking earring. He's wearing a black shirt and black pants. He has iron studded like armor, like as shoulder pads essentially, but the rest is pretty light. Black gloves.
Nice.
Not a lot of skin showing. You see a little bit of skin in between his like tucked sleeves, in between like his like wrist essentially, in between like the gloves and the little bit of sleeve opening they have there. But a lot of black.
He has plenty of knives holstered
Yeah.
around his body. It's like, oh, that's a lot of knives.
Yeah, it's a lot of knives.
As he's just watching.
Great.
So, with that out of the way, I know what I want to do. So I want to walk
Charisma
up
save.
to the first 2 NPCs. And
Uh-huh.
depending on this charisma save, we could probably talk about it later if you want. But I just
Okay.
think a charisma save would make this funny if I get it wrong.
Okay.
1 second.
So what's the DC? Like, what are you setting for yourself?
14.
It doesn't matter. I got a nat 20.
All right.
You fail.
You gain this otherworldly clarity
All right.
as you speak to them.
John realizes that. Wait, I can be normal? Okay, John. Say a normal word. Greetings.
Who are you talking? Which one are you talking to? The lady? Or are you talking to the Dragonborn?
The lady.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay, so John is going to seem like a normal person, like tone-wise, throughout this conversation with that nat 20.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And he'll just go, greetings.
So you're not gonna scream. Got it. As she would look at you, like she glances at you, like it's the thing of her eyes flick between you and Ryu, and the 2 NPCs standing behind Ryu.
Yeah.
As she goes, Hi, I'm guessing you're the ones that were sent to talk to us.
Yes.
Yes.
The talking to your leader person, Pirate Lord. Yeah, you're a Pirate Lord.
She's the maiden of the Pirate Lord.
I'm standing in because he can't walk on land.
Yes.
Ah, right. I heard about right. Wait, why can't he walk on land anyway?
Persuasion check.
I don't think we need to be asking that.
Oh shit.
Persuasion.
Oh, I'm
And because you got a nat 20 on that charisma save, I'll go ahead and give you advantage for the first charisma check you were gonna make. I was kind of gonna
Okay.
give you that.
All right. Here I go.
This is just to see if she'll even answer.
I got 2 8s. There's
That's unfortunate,
a
bud.
13.
Yeah, she just stares at you and goes, "That's for him to know."
Okay.
Alright, right. So, I'm Ryozuka. This is John. We've been the main party kind of handling the whole problem going on with the island. We figured out a fucking lot. Especially yesterday. Right. So, the target, the main target, the one who's causing the whole problem, is Rashiasa Tagash.
Okay.
Yeah, that fucker.
Not yet. There's 4 other people that are conduits. We need to get rid of the conduits before we get rid of that. I know you can help out with Shore. I know you can't help out with Inland. We do have a conduit that is... Let me pull out the map. Here you go.
There would be.
We know
and
that-
also, I as a DM, like, there's 5.
There's 5. My bad.
conduits.
My bad.
You're good.
No, to correct that. Because last time you said it was 3, so that's why my brain just went off and said 3.
I said 5.
Maybe you said 5. I just misheard you. Oh well. You just look to her and go, there's one in Goldcrest, and that's near shore area, so we know that one's over there. That's the one we know. A lot of the others don't seem to be near shore, so if you want to help out, we're going to be heading out to Goldcrest pretty soon. There's that. I don't imagine I have to do much bargaining with you here. I feel like it's pretty obvious if you don't help out and this thing goes south, then your whole world is gone and everything you've done is pointless.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, we were just wanting to understand what was happening over here. We're gonna help.
I appreciate it. Be
Jazzy,
careful
by
though.
the
Don't
way.
let any of your people die. They can get corrupted and be brought back, essentially. Whatever is running this seems to be quite literally taking the fallen bodies of people and reusing them. Yeah.
Lovely.
It is. I've had to put down already quite a few villagers that have been turned. And not just that, but the beasts as well. We've had to deal with cats that have been turned into weird fucking creatures.
She gets this, like, annoyed expression of, why cats? That's rude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, why would you want the cat do? That's the expression.
we have a wizard over in Canalan looking into any pieces we get. So if you ever have to kill any specific creature and you're able to get a hold of blood or things like that, bringing it to Canalan would be heavily appreciated. Because we can run it by her.
Okay.
She's been looking into stuff. We have her looking actively into the blood of some like deer tree creature we found. We have her looking into one of the knives that we pillaged off one of the enemies. But just be careful. A lot of the source seems to be coming from Pran, Pern, Dalry, and Redwater, that type of area, Pantamar. So I'd recommend sailing around that for now if you can. I know you're strong,
Understood.
but, you know, still.
I ate a guy's shoulder pad.
Yes, John, you did.
John, eternally John is thinking, man,
Child! Be treating him like a fucking child!
right now, John is eternally thinking to himself, man, I can think so clearly. I sound so normal right now.
Meanwhile.
Zazie, as he did introduce herself,
Alright, good.
she... Aw. That's
Oh.
a new one.
Right. I should also let you know, you've probably realized with Toei there's some light changes with the blood and also the flowers.
Oh yeah, I should mention that. T-Y'all's right.
Yeah.
Is like this
yeah.
crimson force. T-Y'all's left. The trees are colossal roses.
Yep. You just go, I did some work. I did a little bit of extra work after I got back to Kainalan yesterday and may have talked to some Eldritch gods. So Ariesa, Kazella, Yavina, and Nerva. And now, today, Vatrix are all working together to help fortify the safe zone. Because we have one man that's allowed the safe zone to exist, and if he dies, and when he dies, and I have no doubt he will die, because his mentality is slipping drastically, it'll just be hell after that. There's not going to be any safe zone after that. After that, we're on near the end of the world type of shit.
John is just nodding very aggressively in agreement.
Yep.
Then we may, after we help you in Goldcrest, we may sail off as getting the other pirate lords would be helpful.
That would be useful. Also, if I can ask you of a request, not just pirate lords would be useful, but if you can get other countries on other islands to chip in, that would be useful.
I will see what we can do.
Fucking hell, I hate to ask this. If we're gonna ask for help from a country, there is a country that I remember from a while back. I think its name is... Oh, fuck, listen. I didn't take much geography classes. Voltron? Ventron? Voltron?
Oh, the Ice Kingdom, Vothran.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to deal with their bullshit, but frankly, I know... Just to let them know that if they don't help, the world will collapse in and all their conquest is meaningless.
Yes, that's a trip.
Yeah, I really don't... I fucking hate those people. I've had to deal with one of those fuckers and they were annoying, but... Gotta do what you gotta do.
From what I do know, we did run into a boat that was slowly making its way over here from a desert country. We ran into them, but they were moving a bit slower as these are unfamiliar waters to them.
That's fair. That is fair.
But they should arrive within a few weeks.
That's good. trying to run squads to deal with stuff, and I'm gonna be quite frank, I'm pretty low staffed right now.
From what I could tell, they were being led by an Anubis, which is a giant, think, Lupin, but deathy.
Aw.
That's the way she describes. She's like, I don't know how else to describe that.
I don't think I've ever seen an Anuba. So that'll be a new experience for me, that's for sure.
I saw the one that was helping him, seeming to be taking second, was I think they're an artificial type of kitsune, but different type of fox than the ones we're typically used to.
Oh, okay.
I think he was called a fennec.
Oh.
FedEx?
No, not FedEx, Fennec.
I don't know though. I don't.
Huh.
He seemed to sleep randomly.
Huh. Well,
And then
we'll
he
deal
chucked
with
a box that froze about 30 feet of water.
that. Huh. We'll deal with that when
You
the time
what?
comes.
He seemed friendly though.
That's good. That's good. We'll take what help we
nice.
can get.
And then they had a fair number of mercenaries and other lots with them. But those were the two of notes that I could remember.
Alright. Right. I'll let Arias and Yavina know later on that not to attack your ships. That way they don't
Thank you.
way they don't go, oh, it's a part of the corrupted, and you know.
Please don't.
Yeah, I'll deal with that later. Which way are you gonna? You're heading up the Gold Crest, right? So you're gonna be heading through Arias' area, right?
We'll be sailing, so we will be out of her domain area.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I'll contact them a later day. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be too pressing straight away, at least.
No, so long as we stick to the ocean, we should be fine.
All right, gotcha.
Which we likely will, because you can't step on land. It's just almost like there's just that. This is a pressing and constant thing.
It's fair. Whatever works.
Yes, right.
All right.
As she would you would see her form up a magical rune in her hand. She was like, well, we'll be off.
All right.
As she would go, let's go first, mate. As she would snap her fingers, the rune would collapse, and she and the Dragonborn would disappear. As it would be revealed, he is the first mate of the Forge Pirates.
As
Understood.
they kind of just walk away, John just kind of looks proud of himself for handling that conversation.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna point at the Forge, or if that is Forge, the guy on the water.
Yeah, the guy just standing there watching.
Just let him know that I see him.
He gives you a nod and then walks towards his boat.
Alright, but yeah. We will,
Yeah.
I guess, depart for Goldcrest.
Alright.
We'll spend a day to rest, though, because this man needs to get rid of his hangover.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
so
I forgot.
Yeah.
I didn't. And I won't. Alright, so you can now roll another con save, Dylan.
Okay.
We love con saves.
That will be a 15.
Good enough. You would finally get rid of your hangover.
Good job.
John would just kind of mutter under his breath, John has evolved into John too.
No.
So he would just hear Satur go, the fuck did you say?
What? Oh, nothing.
Now, thinking outside my box here, right? Besides Goldcrest, is there any other places that we need to pass through and bother with, or is it just Goldcrest? Was there anything in Eastbourne or Aerith, or was that stuff that we already handled? I'm trying to remember.
You guys went to Aerith already.
Yeah.
I think originally.
I don't know what, but I'm trying to remember. I feel like there was something we had to deal with in Eastbourne, wasn't there? Or am I wrong with that?
I'm gonna check your notes.
My,
I think you wrote down.
I'm a note.
Trying to think and it's not working.
So Eastbourne, Kazella follower, right? So we need to pass through Eastbourne. I was thinking about taking the upper top area to pass through Alnwick, Zenar, and then not even take the area to Northborough. I was just gonna say we just plow straight through the unrouted area to Ironforge, so we could just get to Goldcrest quick. But we have someone we need to deal with in Eastbourne, so the plan.
Y'all might.
Mhm.
Okay.
The plan probably, Dylan, I'll run this by you. Let me know if you don't like it, though you should. I'll hate you otherwise. No.
Okay, not sure what to make from that, but please continue.
Okay, so from Dalhurst, we can go to Ascot, which is on the lower area instead of upper area. And then from Ascot to Aerith to Eastbourne, then Eastbourne to Goldcrest. This will allow us to stay on the route and be able to travel faster than what we would have to rummage through the forest like we would have to with Alnwick. Though technically we'll probably spend just as much time as we would with Alnwick. The difference is that we're going to be picking someone up in Eastbourne.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah. I literally told Kazella that if she needed something to let us know, and that I was going to try and leave right after. Then she's like, well, actually. And then she mentioned them, so... It'll be good. This will get us more on her side, and we want to keep them appeased. So if we can keep them appeased in the process, then that works for us. So
That sounds fair.
Zella, being the evil one, is also the one that would be one of the more ones you don't want to piss off.
also more, even though she likes this world, she's more likely to backstab it than the other gods. So that's also something to keep in mind. So we do want to try and keep her appeased when we can.
Yeah.
So
Whatever you do, don't stab her. Don't stab the follower.
So
that would end poorly.
Yeah. We've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I don't know if we want to end off as we're leaving Dalhurst and heading into Ascot and out of the safe zone.
I think that's a good stopping point, personally.
I personally think so too. What about you, DM?
We get in there.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
As y'all will go from Tway to Dalhurst and leave Dalhurst Ascot, as y'all will be able to enter the fucking zone again, as that is where we will be ending off.
Alright. I will see all you idiots later. You can find us on The Lost Harbor and The Lost Shipyard on YouTube, and on Spotify, The Lost Harbor, where you can find more D&D campaigns. We've got the Roman Harbor campaign, we've had the Brothel campaign on there, we had the Hidden Garden campaign, we got a few one-shots up in there too. Any other one-shots they're done later on will be on the Lost Shipyard, fun fact. But, I'll see the rest of you guys later, you have a good night, and I don't know, become Yavino.
Bye.
Have a good night.